discuss the 7 most likely places that you'll get a leak in a tub, shower, enclosure. First one, and the most often occurring, is a leak from the hot or the cold line. Sometimes it'll show up outside the handle here, but not always. Sometimes you have to remove the trim here just by spinning it out. And what you can do is put a piece of paper behind it. Like so. See if you're getting any dripping out from your paper here, and just to prove that that's not the source of your leak. And of course you've got your hot and your cold side to do the same thing. The next most often source of a leak is from the diverter valve. It's usually your center valve on this particular setup, and each faucet's a little bit different. But this is the second most likely source of a leak, and the same thing, pulling the paper out. You can put your paper behind there. Again, most often you'll see it at the handle, you'll see a bunch of water deposits and corrosion inside the handle. But what you want to do is turn your water on and turn it back and forth between the tub setting, the shower setting, and having your piece of paper in there to divert any possible water into the tub to prove that. The third most often source of a leak is up here at the shower neck, behind here. Most often, if this does leak, it'll leak into the enclosure area. As you can see, this has an escuteon and a nut, a collar nut that holds it in place. And the insert is here. Most often, if it is a leak, it's pretty easily repaired by unthreading the shower neck, adding teflon tape to your threads, going with the direction of the threads, and reinserting. But that's the third most often source of a leak. Fourth source of a leak sometimes is from the tub spout itself. Some of these are pushed on, some of them are threaded on. Mine are usually threaded on. It's a 1/2-inch thread that goes in here. There's also some types that are pushed on, and then there's a little Allen key underneath that holds the shower on. Some also have a flathead screwdriver that holds the tub spout on. This is usually checked by reaching down inside here. It's not always that easy to put in some pressure here and either putting a piece of paper or something underneath there while running the tub to prove if that's leaking. The fifth cause of a leak can be the drain itself. What you want to do is fill up the water, plug your toe stop, and then you're going to check it from below, or depending where you're getting your leak, where you're having water show up. If you're having it show up on the floor outside, then this is a good way to check it. You can also pour just a tiny bit of water by hand around this side here to make sure, like this one is holding the little bit of water that's here, so there's no leak here. Anyway, filling it up and checking, that'd be your fifth source of a leak. 6 could be any kind of a crack or break in the floor, in the tub floor. Again, getting into the less often occurring leaks, but any little break in the material, in the fiberglass. This is a fiberglass tub, depending on what type of material you have. Okay, and the 7th source of the leak here is from the tub overflow gasket. There's a donut gasket that goes behind here. Again, less likely occurring, but it does happen. The way you would check this would be to go ahead and fill up your tub with water. Let the water go here and seeing if the water is showing up where you're having the leak. Anyway, that's the 7 most likely points that can leak. A little bit about how to repair them. Usually with this tub overflow gasket, you just pull out the center screw here and then remove, there's the donut gasket that squeezes in. Remove that, replace it with a new one. Tighten down your screw real good, and you're good to go. Anyway, that's the 7 most likely sources of leaks.